Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Geek with me. Today, we begin anew, and I'm so very excited as we are covering Alien Earth, the first ever television show within the Alien franchise. We just finished covering it over on our movie podcast, The Sentimentalist. We've got all of the Alien movies covered, including Romulus coming this Friday, and I cannot wait to dive into this every couple weeks. We've got episodes 1 and 2 on the docket today. A nice free-flowing conversation, not a lot of structure, just letting it fly about episodes 1 and 2 of Alien Earth titled Neverland and Mr. October, both written by Noah Hawley, the first of which directed by him as well, the second of which directed by Dana Gonzalez. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Alien Earth, we are officially here. We've been building up to it for a while on a personal note. As I said, we've covered 6 movies, and we've actually covered 7. You know, we recorded Romulus prior to this, to being able to watch this. So we recorded all the Alien movies before we got to see this, and I'm very happy. I think, you know, I'm. It's just so interesting to see something so aesthetically on point while still having its own flair, and I'm really enjoying that. How are you feeling about Alien Earth?
Yeah, I'm very, very glad we did the whole watch of all of them because I don't know, seeing right off rip, it almost looked like Alien,
shot for shot, and that's there's good and bad there, and we'll get into that, but. No,
it was
good, and I wouldn't classify it as bad, but a critique I have, you know.
Yeah, it's I mean, they're obviously paying homage. There was a lot of. I was wondering how long it would take to even get to Earth. We're there, so that's
we're
nice.
in there immediately.
And
immediately,
the setup, it is quite setup heavy. I hope. And really, episode 1. I think episode 2 kind of gets off, and it's more going on what the show. What I think it will feel like, but it felt like there was a lot of exposition that just needed to kind of happen at the beginning of the show. But kind of crazy that the crew that we all saw at the beginning they're just dead. They're all dead in the crash.
Gone as fuck.
Only the cyborg, Morrow.
Fitting.
Is that his name? Yeah, Morrow.
Yeah.
Is the only one to make it out.
Well, and that was funny too, is because I didn't watch a lot of promotional material strictly, but I had seen enough to know that the crew that's at the beginning of the show is not the crew we're following. I was like, so pretty much immediately I was like, well, they're all about to die, you know? And I love the way that it played out, you know? I think that, and I guess we should say going forward, spoilers.
Sorry.
We're going to spoil Alien Earth pretty much right off the bat. It's not that much of a spoiler to say that the crew that's carrying a xenomorph dies. You know, that tends to happen in every Alien thing. So not much of a surprise there. But we will be diving into a little bit more of the intricacies. And what's funny is right now I don't feel like there's much to spoil strictly. It's just... just as far as literal events in the show, I know I probably wouldn't care if I didn't know what was going on. Someone was like, and they're siblings and they see each other, and I don't know. But regardless, there's going to be spoilers. So stick around if you don't care. Stick around if you do. I don't care. You know, do your thing. But Alien Earth, I think Alien Romulus is no longer the most fan film-esque in aesthetics. I mean, immediately we are 1-for-1 set design, shot design. I mean, the character blocking and movements and the camera. It was a lot immediately to kind of go. I mean, there's literally, and this is not. This is incredibly bad faith if you want to take it that way. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just funny. There's literally a moment in the second episode that if you screen cap a moment with the closed captions on, the only word on the screen would be alien. You know, it would be the only word on the screen. Yep. And I just thought of that as one of those funny moments where I'm like, that's going to be funny whenever someone screen caps that and posts it on the internet.
They forced a lot of moments kind of like that,
tons of them.
I feel like, and it's okay. Some of them I'm wanting. There are some of the classic alien tropes that I'm wanting to show up, but whenever they become aware of the franchise, and it's more of like that, and that is when it's like
Well,
like,
and
okay.
even what I was getting at with the set design, production design, shot design and everything, there is a language being set up that this is a Weyland-Yutani vessel. This is what a Weyland-Yutani crew does. This is what their lives are like. It's a monotonous, recyclable, wash, rinse, repeat sort of thing.
Yep.
Like there's a one-size-fit-all going on for the crews that work for Weyland-Yutani. And I think that it's interesting to see kind of it told in that way. I did quite. It rubbed me the wrong way at first, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, that kind of fits. And immediately, one of the things that I am taken with is the corporate competition thing. I said Alien Romulus is no longer the biggest fan film in aesthetics. It still is story-wise. The fact that this is going in a really, really fresh direction with no bearing on anything that I think we've seen prior, besides, we're going to get into the synthetic sort of stuff and the robots and all that, but I think we're approaching it from a really interesting new perspective and kind of, my assumption, they set up the opening with that crawl that says, like, this company does cyborgs, this company does synths, this company does hybrids. They're all competing for, and the one that prevails will rule the world, basically.
Yes.
I take it that Weyland-Yutani wins that.
Yep. I mean, this is pre-Alien, so
but that's the other thing too, is that come Alien, what's Sigourney Weaver's crew? They're a deep space vessel. It's not like they're something completely new.
Who has control of Earth? Maybe.
Yeah,
we don't know
that's
about
why I'm
Earth.
like, exactly. No. In fact, when come Alien Resurrection, they're like, Earth, what a shithole. I'm not going there.
Okay.
And obviously that's a couple hundred years in the future. But I think it's really fascinating to think that we are dealing with something that could be approaching it from such a grand scope. And come Alien Resurrection also, we're no longer dealing with the company. It's no longer Weyland-Yutani that is the premier concern. It's like this militaristic, galactic republic government sort of thing. So it is interesting to think that we could be dealing with something so grand as, corporate politics and how that ends up becoming politics. It's no longer governments. It is corporations that run everything. One could argue that's already happening, but
I feel like the boy cavalier, Samuel Blinken, he's the Sam Altman place holder. I mean, he kind of looks like him a little bit, but I think just crazy that we have a young man at the helm of maybe the most important creation that humanity has ever had. The most important moment in humanity's history. And it's all like maybe one company will have it first, and that's okay. That's a crazy thought. That a company it has the strings on this. If not, it's open already. But kind of, it's cool that they are going down the route of creation and synthetics and what it is to be human, but then also the AI route. Of it, they haven't really reached, I guess, that super intelligence quite yet, which is cool. So it's still in the future. It's still but still mirroring what we see, which is nice.
Absolutely. And what's also cool is and I didn't expect to be drawing it to other places in the franchise besides Alien very much, and I guess that makes sense. Alien is so contained and so small that what would they really do? I'm really excited for the hybrid idea. Yeah. The character of Wendy and everything she's got going on. It really redefined what this show could be immediately. Like the context of having an actor playing a character who cannot age.
Yeah.
You know, like how much time could we conceivably cover through her eyes? You know, like
I see,
how long could this show run in a couple years? You know, that's just kind of like maybe they get another season, maybe they don't. Maybe this season even decides to play with a longer timeline. I'm not exactly saying it should or that it will. I'm just really, all this show has for me right now is potential. You know, I'm not absolutely loving it. I certainly don't hate it either. It's just right now it's just Alien TV to me, which is fun. You know, I'm here for it. I like the horror elements. I like the I liked the brief gore that they display. Like that's fun stuff for, you know, TV. And I like the cast. I like the performances. I'm really digging Timothy Olyphant. I'm always going to be a fan of his. A gentleman who plays what's his fuck? Someone Kirsch. Who is clearly not human either.
A pure synthetic, like just a.
I feel like he's a synthetic who kind of resents the hybrids.
Yeah,
you know,
he's not. He is zero human. He's completely computer.
Right.
I feel like
and be very interesting if he's like a double agent working for Weyland-Yutani. I think that would be a very cool twist.
Yeah, love this look for Cobb Vanth. You know,
the blonde hair, immediately you are not human. Whoa. You know,
yeah,
which sounds fucked up, but
hey, good performance wise, you know, like it is crazy that I take it as so face value that like, oh my god, that dude is a robot without really he's obviously a human in real life. And Wendy,
well, and that's what was funny is like I was looking back at like he reminded me of a synth that doesn't exist, not in this franchise. You know, like I was like, he reminds me of a different robot character, and I can't for the life of me figure out what it is because it's not Alien.
Oh man,
it's actually Blade Runner. It's Blade Runner, which I was sorry to the villain in Blade Runner is a blonde synthetic who looks a lot like him. Maybe that's why I'm immediately distrusting of him.
That looks so similar, like so similar,
right?
And I mean Ridley. I mean that's crazy that I didn't even put the two together there.
I mean immediately this story is much more original than, say, I was comparing it to Alien Romulus earlier, and Alien Romulus in story, I think, is still the biggest fan film project of the Alien franchise. Story here is a Blade Runner fan project. Like, that concept they're playing within the Alien universe is extremely fun.
What if, you know, we already got Alien
Ridley Scott.
Predator.
Ridley Scott,
Alien, Predator, Blade Runner. It's all the same universe. I mean, I guess it could. You know, Blade Runner.
Ridley Scott did direct.
On, you know,
did direct both Alien and Blade Runner.
Because like, I mean, I'm assuming maybe they do name a planet. You know, I guess in Blade Runner or something. But would be. Wait, isn't there actually like a company that overlaps in both of them, or like I feel like there's maybe it's just an Easter egg or like a.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is just
that Ridley Scott just put in. But I thought I heard of something connecting them. But no, yeah, that would be kind of cool if. Oh God, please don't like AI Harrison Ford. You know, like no, that I don't want. But no, it would be kind of sick to know if the universes do kind of exist.
Well, I mean, they play with a lot of the same themes of the robotic consciousness and kind of figuring out when is alive, because they take a human consciousness and put it into this robot body, and several people there immediately stop looking at them as people.
Yeah.
Which is wild. You know, like you literally just transferred the consciousness of a person into something. Think you gotta kind of abide by the consciousness personally. Like that would be how I look at it. Because it's not artificially intelligent. Obviously, it's artificially boosted.
Yeah, but the same brain,
their identity,
the same thoughts, the same.
Yeah, their identity was them. I don't know. That's why I'm like, it's a really fascinating kind of philosophical conundrum, deciding whether or not they're still them when they gain so much from this switch. Well, and that's the thing, is that they're children too. Who's to say what they would have become?
And
and
adult
them
brains don't work. Is it actually they don't work, or
I
they
don't-
won't follow orders like a kid brain will do?
yeah.
is
I don't
interesting
buy.
detail.
I don't buy that detail.
It feels, and maybe it is like they needed a kid brain. They needed more space for the brain to develop. So an adult brain, like past 25, we're done developing. So AI, we don't have the capability of getting better. But since they are a kid, maybe there is this, she is developing over time. She's doing things that they couldn't even conceive of. So it's
Right.
like maybe that is the point of a kid. But I feel like it is more of a control thing. It is just like,
Yeah, I
well,
tend to agree.
they're kids. We gave them a new life. We're giving them the best body.
Yeah,
they
they
could ever dream
owe
of,
us.
and they're about
Yeah,
dead.
like.
So I mean that sequence was actually pretty cool. Whenever
Oh no! I mean, it's
they
it's
just
chock
faded
full
between,
of cool ideas and cool editing. I love the editing. I think that the overlaying of shots and
Yes.
the sort of transparent hues we're dealing with are always very, very interesting. I like that they are literally visually. They show like Alex Lothar laying on the ground. And then a memory pop into his head, and they literally fade the memory over his head, like inside his head. It was very interesting, and that's, I mean, like, there's a little bit of a part of me that feels like a specific choice like that shouldn't sit as well with me as it did, because like the most recent thing I can think of that had anything like that was Twin Peaks. Was Twin Peaks with Andy's Andy's head, and like in that context, it's supposed to be goofy. It's supposed to, and that's why I'm like, I don't know. It was an inherently goofy choice, but it took itself so seriously in the moment that I was able to immediately let go of the idea that it was goofy. And that's something that's really endearing about the show so far, is that I appreciate. It seems to understand itself very quickly. I don't think it's going to have problem finding an identity.
Yeah. It's synthoids, cyborgs, and humans, and I think it's all what is a human, because if Wendy is still a human, then only our brain is what makes us human, because that is all that remains from Wendy to I even forgot her name, which is kind of sad, because she immediately
Marley?
She does call herself something different. It is Wendy. It is like a new
She
birth,
decides that's going to be her new name.
So it is like it is a rebirth. So she even feels different.
Yeah.
It is not the same, but she does say, I am human, or like, no, I don't like synthetic. Like, no, I am
and the
human.
functional, like, my favorite moment is when she goes, she looks like a Wendy. It's not like obviously she's outside of herself, but, I feel it's not, I feel like a Wendy. It's she looks like a Wendy.
Yeah. I guess
really-
she
I
could
really
have said,
dig that.
I'll look like a Wendy, but yeah, that just sounds so weird. Like, but no, like,
No, yeah. Well, and I
it
think
is like a weird.
the moment the music swells and everything, and then it kind of stings out during that moment when she goes, she looks like a Wendy. So I think that this identity crisis is going to be kind of at the heart of this character's journey. I really appreciated how quickly her brother was able to accept who she was. I'm glad that's not going to be a lingering issue.
That was such a nice moment too.
I loved it. The little hug was adorable. I thought that was really sweet, and like, I guess whenever you said a second ago that if she's still human is all that makes us human, our brain. I don't look at it as that being all it is. It's that we are more than our physical presentation. Like we are spiritual beings rather than physical beings. Like we can exist beyond this mortal coil, kind of.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of. I'm not sure if that's
consciousness, not the. I guess
Yes.
I'm more meaning the I shouldn't have said brain. I should have maybe said consciousness, which is more, I think, the right idea there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like that's just what you can live. I don't know. I guess you can't really live without your heart, but your brain is where everything goes down.
Right.
But yeah, it's like this is a person. Like if we had this technology today, and someone was sick and dying, I don't like that it feels like a company is using them, for the situation. But if given the opportunity, a human that's about to die, like, I mean, I was in this situation. I would have made this decision in a heartbeat. If Elon Musk came to me at 19 years old, at the state I was in, and he was like, hey, I'm a billionaire. I can offer you full synthetic body, stronger, better, everything, live forever. Boom! I'm hitting the button. My body is fucked.
Well, it poses a really interesting, again, philosophical conundrum that actually just came up for me recently when I was watching a movie called Death Becomes Her. It's a 1990s movie with Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep.
Death Becomes
who's the
Her.
other chick in it? Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn's the other lady in it. Death Becomes Her. And there's this part at the end where a character is faced with a philosophical conundrum that asks, would you rather die today or live forever?
Oh.
Not necessarily would you rather live your lifespan and, die of natural cause. Would you rather die today or live forever? And obviously, and I think that's kind of the point of like the kids being a part of this too, is obviously they're not going to pick, I just want to go ahead and die.
That's true. A kid
will
live forever. 100%.
A kid will always live forever. And but that was what was at the heart of that movie is like, again, the questions that the Dame something, I can't remember what, she played Lady Crane in Game of Thrones, by the way.
Yeah.
She asks Boy Cavalier, we just cheated death, like we've undone it. So what now? Like what makes us alive if we can't die?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, really interesting concept. Like if you're living forever, are you ever really living? Because you can't die.
We have the fear. Like I think that at least that's what Kirsch is saying that they don't have now. Humans have fear because they're animals. Only animals have fear. You're not animals anymore, so just continue on. But they still exhibit fear. Yeah, 100%. So it's like they Kirsch can't understand it because he might understand the concept of fear, but it's not a feeling that he can actually feel. But it is something that Wendy has felt before. Like they actually know, they have a memory of what fear feels like and all of that. So it's like but at the end of the day is like if you have a robot, you take Kirsch to the ultimate level and you can emulate fear 99.99999% of what a human is like, then is it basically the same? Is that the same thing? Our brain is doing the same thing. It's emitting certain chemicals, or it's picking up certain memories to think of when you go into fear. Like it's weird to think of, but you can really put human terms and computer terms into human terms. It's like it's very, I don't know, very similar. So it's a weird. I love that the show is it is pre-Alien, so they it seems like they're making the synthetics for the first time, or at least that's like what's on the back of Boy Cavalier's wall is like I don't know if it's like synthetics faces like that are, it's just their faces on the wall, and then like the body is apart, and it's like, so they haven't even gotten there yet, but then Kirsch is already a thing, so like what, I guess, and then cyborgs are already a thing, so it's like is that on his wall? Is that more of like a art piece, or like a weird like what is that on his wall? Like I can't read if it's, we haven't.
I don't know that we're supposed to necessarily know yet. I think that there's kind of mystery surrounding that sort. That was the impression I got from that, is that it's something we might return to.
There is like a weird 3-headed monkey art piece as well that they focus on.
Well, and there's also like, you know, like, is it like the imagery, the Trinity, like that sort of vibe. Like, is there any chance that he is not as smart as he presents, and that he is getting knowledge from a supercomputer already?
That's what everyone thinks Sam Altman's doing. Is
right.
He is no longer human, bro. Has become the entity, and yeah, I think that's like, it's cool that we have this in a TV show because, I mean, it's crazy. That in Alien, which is in 2100, whatever year we're in, 100 or 200 years in the future, but we're like, within our lifetime for sure, we are like seeing this moment of, I don't like it. They might say it's next year in 2 years, whatever, but it's like within our lifetime, we will live through this moment in humanity of like a wake up or of a different consciousness.
Yeah, Emily, when the show started, was like, "Gosh, I hope we don't live to see trillionaires." And I was like,
"Yeah,
bad news."
Yeah, we are gonna see it. I mean, it is. It is once it. I don't know. It's the world changes forever, and it's a weird. Is like this feels, which is crazy to say, this feels like everyone who's actually religious is gonna hate me, but like this is, if there is a second coming of Christ or like a second whatever, like this kind of feels like it, because it is like once it's here, we might not be here any longer, and then the reset happens, and then it's like, oh well, back to square one. So it's like a there have been movies of people waiting to get to this moment, or like it's been in sci-fi of supercomputers eventually waking up, and Terminator, it's been a thing forever, but like we are like actually getting close to this moment, which is the weird, like we are. And I don't know, is it fear? Is it my fear of the moment that is making me feel like it is imminent and close, or like are we truly? It feels like it is years away.
No,
like
I mean, I don't think we're necessarily 1 or 2 years out, but I don't think you're wrong in saying it'll be within our lifetime, like the exponential rate of development in that field does nothing to indicate that it will take much longer than even another 50,
Yeah. It's scary. I mean, it's scary.
Now, when it comes to like cyborgs and hybrids and stuff, no idea. But synthetics, that sort of idea, that's not far away. Not so far away that I can't imagine it happening in our lifetime.
Yeah. Hybrids, the transfer of consciousness. I don't think we're even in the early stages of that. Quite
no,
yet,
not even close.
But yeah, of someone. If we could Westworld, make a human a synthetic that looks like a human and walks like one, whatever, and we were to give it the supercomputer brain, like it's a weird thought of how do we treat that? Like, are there new laws? Do they have just the same human laws? We are, like Kirsch says, he's like, animals, in any given chance they can, you will eat, your competition. There is always the step up on the food chain, and once this wakes up, we are no longer the top of the food chain. Like we are making ourselves second on the food, or at least on the intelligence food chain. And whatever that means for the long term is, well, we don't know, but we're barreling down towards it. And that's like all of these companies, like, no, I guess it's only really Prodigy here that is focused on AI and consciousness, I guess, because Wayland Yutani is just, I don't know if she, she seems to be playing him a little bit in their meeting of like, well, oopsies, our ship crashed, we'll give you the bill, whatever it's going to cost us, send us the bill. But it feels like this ship crashed quite on purpose. At least we have Morrow like making sure that the mission is fulfilled, but there does seem to be some mystery surrounded like how the crash started, or like why the aliens broke out, or like, I don't know, maybe it just happened, and it's just they knew it was going to happen. They let them out on purpose or something. But like, Morrow didn't even seem to be in the know that I don't know, that all the specimens were out. He turned around, and he's like, oh shit, like, oh, there's someone right there, and he's like, oh well, nope, I have to weld the door shut now, and now I'm going in the pod. So it felt like he was always there to make sure to fulfill the mission, but it didn't necessarily feel like it was, I don't know, like planned to happen 100%.
No, I think that no matter what, they are going to, they're trying to get the specimen back to Earth. That is his mission. If he lands safely, good stuff. You know, like, that's why, like, I don't know strictly that the crash was a part of it. I just think that Morrow recognized that in a moment like that, what he needs to do is make sure the specimen lives. And and now that they've seen what they have, it's like, well, now they have to die. You know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they do set up, like, seemingly, they give some character elements to the crew that dies. We have a weird synthetic that, like, is a creep, you know, of the one girl, and he's like, ooh, you know, pregnant, you know, or just, I love that they're not shy about going to the phallic, you know, all the phallic all the shit and all the sex and all the...
One of the more blatant ones I've ever seen, in fact. There's straight up dick and balls all over my screen sometimes watching this.
Oh, man. That fauna, or what's the flora or fauna, whatever creature that is, and then the fucking just snake dick that comes out of there. I mean, that was nuts. There's, I mean, crazy that this is a prequel, you know. I guess maybe we only see the xenomorphs because that's just the ultimate, they survive. They are survivors, and maybe all of these other things just don't quite make it or whatever. But I don't know, this eyeball creature thing or whatever that is, that thing is, oh my god. Was that Jonesy, by the way? No, I guess Jonesy is pre-alien, so can't be Jonesy. Jonesy's mom, possibly. We don't know. But look,
Josie,
at least
Jonesy's like great grandmother.
Is it that long ago? I thought it was 2 years before Alien.
I'm pretty sure it's like, oh, maybe it is. I'm trying to remember what year. I might be thinking of Aliens as far as year. Is it 2120?
2120 is Alien Earth, and Alien is 2122. So we're
okay.
2
For some
years
reason,
before.
Could very well be Jonesy's mom then.
So I mean,
I don't know that we'll dive into that, but it very well could be.
Do we get like the setup,
the stereotypical
are we
legacy
going to
sequel?
fill in the gaps, sort of a thing? Like, are we going to go right up to Alien at the very end of this? And
I'd be willing to bet that one of the like last scenes we see in Alien Earth is like the commissioning of a mission and the crew. Yeah, the Nostromo.
Like
Nostromo
Nostromo ready for takeoff or something.
Yeah, it'll be something stupid like that. And like it might not even be so simple as like so explicit as that. It might be like an executive saying something about how the Nostromo is ready for its mission or something like that, you know.
Yeah, because Weyland-Yutani, they have to
Weyland's
they either come out on top, or they just they have to leave Earth. Like that, I feel like those are the only two options. Which is really interesting. So either Prodigy wins out, or what's the other? There's another like whoever is.
I don't think they dive into that.
I'm assuming it's the cyborg people.
Yes, it is.
But he is an agent for Yutani.
Morrow works for Weyland-Yutani, it seems.
And we actually have Yutani in the show, right?
Yeah.
Like that is Yutani.
Yeah, that is Yutani.
They say that is
and you know,
Yutani.
could be family business stuff. You know, could be it was her father's or mother's or something like that.
Weyland was. Oh, wait a minute. When was
Covenant? Was about 30 years prior. No.
Oh, okay.
10 years prior, 15 years prior.
So this is probably this next generation Yutani, or maybe the link up. You know, it was just
maybe it happened late in his life. Yeah.
That's okay. So, but Okay. Yeah, it's getting the timeline, I guess, all down of when Wayland would have been around or whatever. But yeah, I wonder what this other, I don't know, maybe the cyborg it isn't just a cyborg company, actually.
Right?
But,
Maybe Morrow's not actually working for Wayland Yutani. Maybe he's trying to get information back to his.
Maybe Yutani truly, they didn't want it to crash. They actually did just want it for pure research, but Morrow, the third
doing
party,
something
wants.
else. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, no. Because wait, Morrow needs to, like, breathe, which was interesting. He, like, he took his mask off and was like, like, took deep breaths. And that made me think, like, he is a cyborg, but he still is human. Like, it is just cyber, he's a human with robotic limbs or upgrades, but is his what is his brain? I think is he acts like a synthetic, like the mission is for only the mission, whatever. So it's like, is there a chip in his brain? And
a little bit of the chips from Star Wars.
Yeah, like is he fully been taken over? I feel
inhibitor
like
chip.
Couldn't
remember that.
Oh, who was in Rebels? The dude who had the little thing on the back of his head put on him, and he ended up basically being like he was hiding in Ezra's house for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But Leto, some I don't know.
He's a Rhodian. I can tell you that much for some reason.
For sure. But that dude,
Zebo.
Zebo. There we go, Zebo. I think he might be like evil Zebo, a little bit
Darth Zebo.
Yes, Darth Zebo. The Star Wars will actually be another galaxy.
I want to see
in.
Darth Zebo. No, but I'm really like I said, I'm digging it. I'm interested. I'm excited for the direction it's taking. I do think we are 2 episodes deep, and we ended both episodes in the same way, which I think is funny. Which is I'm going to help him. And
one metaphorically, I guess, and then the other literally.
Much more literally, yes, much more literally.
No,
and that's I'm not. That's not necessarily a critique or anything. I'm impressed with how much I feel like we've done, while literally not much has happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's keeping me busy while I'm watching. It's definitely it's enticing me. It's making me think, and I mean that's a lot more than I could have hoped for. So like I'm ready for it. I think that we are in for a treat, and hopefully it just gets better and better. I love Alex Lothar. I really do.
Yeah, our boy
Nemec. That was Nemec, of course.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Dude, he's been in a lot of really good stuff. I would definitely recommend diving into his filmography a little bit more. He was on a Netflix series, which is how I saw him for the first time. I think it's called End of the Fucking World.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2017. Loved. I only watched the first season because I thought season. I never watched season 2 because I was like, oof, I don't think there should be a season 2. Maybe I feel differently now. Maybe I do go ahead and give that a revisit. But the first season, I know for sure, is gold. At least it was to my 17-year-old brain. But
Nemec, I don't know. I feel like he's going to be a good constant in everything. I mean, because I guess
I thought he might die.
That is crazy.
Yes, he's the kid who jumps out the window during the story time.
Yeah. He's King Charles VI in The Last Duel. I've seen that movie, but I don't remember him being King Charles. That's kind of sick. I don't know, but I hope I hope this, as Andor got the prestige, I hope this is like, he's going into TV. I hope he gets into movies a little bit more, back into the movies a little bit. But I would
like to see him and stuff.
Because he does great. Like I'm giving him, I think, the nod for episode 2. For sure. He's like that moment in the elevator whenever he just ran away from the xenomorph and he just got, crazy. Maybe I would have liked to have been teased a little bit more with the xenomorphs, and I feel like they show them right away. It was like, oh shit, we're there.
Yeah,
they
no,
are.
they
like,
do the subtle foreshadowing trend. the thing that was on TikTok there for a while where they would start a video and then they would show a flicker of the end of the video.
Yep.
And they would do that every couple seconds until you reached it. That's literally what they're doing in this show, and I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it was at the... I don't know. That was interesting to see at the beginning. Like, and it showed Morrow, like, kind of betraying... I don't know. Like, it was, like... just like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And
well, I think it's interesting that the story that they do that with is literally the story of the first Alien movie at all. You know, like an alien breaks loose on a ship and they've got to fucking fight it. That is the entire first movie, and it's just the first 30 seconds in flashes of this, which I think is a really interesting dichotomy that this franchise is able to provide, which is why I think they specifically approached it that way. It's like, you've seen this film before. You know the ending. Let's get into what's new. And I really, really like that.
Let's see. So they already had research samples and they're bringing them back to Earth.
Yeah.
So they're going to whatever planet that they are getting them from. They're bringing them back. But then they have the need to send out, the Nostromo to go and get more. There's a need for more.
Oh, I mean,
so,
and maybe maybe the Earth's a dump because the xenomorph really wins. I don't know. What if they have inherited the Earth? I don't know. That could be something. We were talking in the other episodes about how it would make sense for them to be everywhere. What if they're not everywhere and they're all on Earth?
That's true. I mean, the xenomorphs could win. I guess AI or whatever the synths and Wendy, could somehow take over. Like, I feel like Wendy is really cool because she's naive like a child. I don't know, and she's doing things
she's our Messiah figure
of doing them. And
she's our chosen one. There's a little bit of Neo in there. There's a little bit of a Paul Atreides thing. I really am excited to watch her mature, because I think it would be fascinating if she has like a fallen angel sort of thing where she had the naivete of a child and then she becomes like, maybe she's the reason the fucking synths all are, weird little fucks.
That's true. Yeah.
It could be like maybe she learned something from Michael Fassbender's David or something,
she did want to kill that scorpion off rip. She was like, no, kill it so it can't kill you. So like, it could be a simple thought like that is, oh no, humans are obviously going to die. We need to transport everyone's brain into a synthetic body. It feels like we could be building towards something, but then again, we also have humans in a lot of other capacities in later things, which is like, what does that entail? That's why I'm excited for the world building. I'm just so excited to flesh out this franchise a little bit more, to really understand the leaps and bounds, because they do have a lot of limits on them, as far as like, obviously humans don't get wiped out. We've seen humans. We know humans exist. But are they based on Earth anymore? Is that even a thing? Or Alien Resurrection goes back to Earth, and it's like, whoa, this is a shithole. What do we manufacture humans? Is it like, I mean, that would be a crazy... Like, every human we have seen is just a product of Wayland Dude. Like, those are their workers. It's like the Expendables, or like... But, because... No, I mean, they seem to have civilization still, so I feel like you would know. I don't know. No,
that's why I'm like. There is a certain amount of limit that, as far as what this alien can do on Earth, which is why I'm very interested. They obviously know that. They obviously still thought this was a story worth telling, which is why I'm incredibly intrigued. I really am excited about the creative direction this could take, and I think we're in for it right now. It's because. The only thing that I'm a little like, on is how little progress we've made in 2 episodes. We
got 6 more. I guess that is that is a big chunk of the show.
Oh, it's a ton. It's a ton of the show. It's the 6 episodes, I mean. Like, there's still a ton of ground that can be covered. This storyline could be, like, this little thing on the ship could be over within the next 10 minutes. You know, like, there's no way of really knowing until we see it, of course. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm satisfied right now, and I hope to be even happier eventually.
Yes, it's got potential, which is what Lady Crane says that's what kids are all about. Is the potential that it has. It's what they all say. Or no, that was actually Boy Genius or whatever. It's like, that's what they always say about kids. But no, that is the point. They're supposed to be better than the generation before, which I don't know. That I feel like Wendy is like that is maybe I feel like the kid brain and allowing for the generate I don't know the natural progression is crucial, like, to that. Maybe it isn't just a fucked up company adult reason there, and maybe an actual thing. But no, it's the potential is definitely there. Like, every synth, cyborgs, humans, and everything in between, we're already going heavy into all of creation and consciousness and all of this shit.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, it's like the thoughts it's making me have, I'm there. You know, I'm good. Like, it's a... I'm liking it more in retrospect, you know, like I'm actually compelled to go and revisit the episodes.
Couple shots where you can tell we're kind of on TV, and there was
we're on a TV budget.
Like him coming out of the ship and seeing the crash. Like, I don't know why it felt video game cutscene-y. I mean, it was just clearly like a blue screen or green screen. I don't know. The tracking.
One thing that I think it all went into the fucking alien, dude. The alien looks incredible, and I know it's likely a lot of practical elements, but the way it moves clearly isn't.
Like, is that what is that? Is that
it's
CGI?
Really impressive. I don't know. I could not tell you if it's CGI or practical or a blend or whatever. It's but it looks incredible. I really love what they've done with the xenomorph. And I'm excited to see, more of them. We got the eggs and shit. That's what they're literally watching over at the end.
And they communicate, or Wendy's hearing them like talk,
screech
or whatever, which is like no one else can hear it. So it's like it is like they have a hive mind, but not they're just talking with no one else knowing that they're talking, which is like, I don't know, that's kind of sick. So I mean, they are just kind of like bug. It sounded like I don't know, just grasshopper, or I don't know, just some insect screech. Just like them talking in the background, but it is interesting that like Wendy only hears it and not the other hybrids or the other kids. Wendy
I'm like I am really curious what, like, that's why she's our chosen one, and that's a really interesting character to have set up, because what on earth, like, I never would have expected that we were getting something of a Messiah type story when it comes to the way she's connecting to organic life and technology is really fascinating.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm very excited, and I never said her name even once during the episode, but I love the actress playing Wendy. She is charming as all hell. Sydney Chandler.
Oh my gosh.
Giant eyes. The giant eyes. Yes.
Yes.
And.
But to play that naiveness, I don't know, and like to play that childlike nature, but I don't know. Obviously,
it's got to be a lot of fun, man. I recently watched a movie called The Assessment, which has Elizabeth Olsen and Alicia Vikander, and Alicia Vikander plays a character who she is clearly having the time of her life playing. Like, it's a character who is a grown person and gets to act like a child, like fully knows I am an adult. I am an adult. I am going to be acting like a child, though. And that is the understanding in the movie, as well as your perception of her as you watch it. And you just know they're having such a fun time. And to play it a little bit more straightforward, where it is literally supposed to be a child in an adult's body, it's a little harder, and I think it's a little bit more interesting. It's definitely something that they're, they're all like kids, and I'm excited to see the development that might occur, the quickness with which that might happen. And what I think is really going to be a tragedy is that I think that they lose a lot of their childlike wonder fast. I think it will be rather quick that it automatically victimizes them in a way that is instantly sympathetic. Like you feel bad for all of these kids already. The one that traps the eyeball monster, be like, monsters. Like that's so sad, like that's so scary and sad. These poor fucking kids, and it's so funny to feel that way about adults, but like they're not. They are kids, and I think that plays with the whole human versus not human thing. Like are they kids? Are they adults? Are they adults? Are they kids? Are they humans? Are they not? Are they living? Are they dead? Like it's an interesting. I don't know.
So many layers.
Contrast. So many layers of contrivance. Yeah.
And it seems that the company all preyed on their families. It just seems that's what the world is at this point. Is that everyone works for a company at this point? But even one of the other boys that was like, yeah, my dad got sick, got the cold, but we burn him on a pyre. It's real holy. It's real nice to do. But I was really worried he wasn't dead. But I guess we burned him anyways. So, like, they know for sure. But it's like, did they just kill his dad and take this boy for, like, this, was that the point of that story? Or was it truly, like, your dad is sick, or, like, I don't know. Was he telling the truth, or is that the story they told him? Because, obviously, Joe here, Mimic Joe, I feel like saying Joe is weird, just being me. But
right.
Joe here, like, he thought Wendy, or his sister, was dead as well. A story was told to him that your sister is gone. It had to have been a secret. So, like, what was the secret told to every other family? Or what did Prodigy do to get these children, sort of thing. So it's like maybe there's a little bit of a. I'm glad that it kind of stopped at this number of children, and that they weren't just like, all right, keep it going. Let's keep the line running, and just like it got into a human trafficking thing. But it feels a little Jedi-esque of like kind of taking kids away from their family, but they're all sick, so I guess they were all like going to die. I don't know. It feels they're making the decisions themselves, in air quotes, a little bit of like,
right.
Obviously a human in this position is going to be very desperate and do whatever, but yeah, I don't know. It is it feels like there's something more behind the Prodigy thing, and it could just be Sam Altman boy just kind of being like, no, I want to have that conversation of something smarter than me.
I think it's so funny that he's like, everyone always thinks it's about the money with the trillionaire.
Well, I don't think you get a billion without it being about the money.
Right. He also says, or the ego. Mm-hmm. They always think it's about the money or the ego. And then he goes on to expound about how he is so much smarter and wiser than everybody, and all he wants is someone on his level. I don't know. It sounds a lot like ego to me, pal.
Mm-hmm. At least he says smarter than me. At least he realizes that they will be smarter than him. But no.
But he also is like, but there's nobody alive who is,
Even Kirsch. An actual, like, the closest thing they have to the super intelligence, I don't know, of this moment is like, nope. Yeah, he knows literally every single philosopher's point of view and every single conflicting take, and he's thought about it, whatever. No, that's not what I want. I want a child brain, it is, he still says, I don't know. Like, this doesn't feel like it quite is what he's searching for. But it is like a David thing, or a Waylon thing, of just wanting to get there and have that conversation. It's not just to meet your creator, it's to have that conversation and ask them the questions afterwards. And it's like but this is kind of the other way around of we are the creators creating something to have the conversation. We're forcing the conversation.
Well, and I think it's also interesting that maybe he doesn't know why. Maybe it's just because he can. Mm-hmm. Like it's been said before, because I can. so concerned with whether or not he could that he didn't
Mm-hmm.
ask if he should, and so on
We
and so
have the
forth. And it doesn't matter.
resources. We have the time. We have the capability. Why not? We shouldn't have made a nuke, but we did. You know, it's like there's a lot of things we know we shouldn't have done, or the things that were big oopsies, but they happened. And this one is feels like a little bigger than a nuke. It feels a little, I don't know, quite the moment here. But hey, TV show. I don't know. We're in the Prometheus vein. It's got the Prometheus and Covenant things of that nature. We've got the literal shots out of Alien itself, pretty much as well. The people literally looked like they came out of the 70s as well, which was awesome. All the hair and just style of everything. So I mean, they're literally pulling from every single Alien movie.
It's definitely building its own thing too. You know, like it's got a little bit of a resurrection filmmaking style, I think, whenever or that Raimi influenced flying through the halls and the kinetic energy and stuff. Like I like it a lot. I think it's good. It's good TV right now. I'm hoping it can be great, you know. But
we've got potential.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on it. I know not much is 55 minutes worth of conversation and stuff, but we've got one more segment for you today. We're going to do an on the spot. I'm very excited for this. We haven't done one of these in a while. It's just, no rules besides I'm going to ask Joe a question. Joe's going to ask me a question. We're putting each other on the spot. We have no idea what the questions are. We got to come up with our answers on the spot, hence the name. But before I do that, I'm going to do the plugs. Leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. That would be a huge help. You can listen on YouTube. Just look up Geek with Me. We're over there. It would be nice if you could subscribe over there just for the fun of it, Why not? When you're out here, might as well. We've got a few other things going on. We also have our movie podcast, which I alluded to a little bit ago, called The Cinementalists. That's CINEMENTALISTS. And in the last 6 Fridays, we've covered the first 6 films in the Alien franchise. And this Friday, we are covering the last in Alien Romulus. And I'm very, very excited for that. So go ahead and shiggity check it out. Subscribe and listen wherever you might be interested. It's available, so check it out. We also briefly touched on Twin Peaks while we were discussing Alien Earth here. We have a Twin Peaks podcast. It's called Fire Pod with Me. Go ahead and check it out. If you have not watched Twin Peaks, it's for you. If you have watched Twin Peaks, it's for you. It's friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I'm the rewatcher, and Joe is the first-time viewer, and we're just taking it all in, baby. It's a wonderful show. No matter what, you should watch it, but if it happens to entice you enough that you want to listen to a podcast about it, we've got one. So go ahead and check out Fire Pod with Me. So we'll be back next week on Geek with Me as well, with a Peacemaker episode. We are looking forward to Peacemaker Season 2. We're going to be covering that alongside Alien Earth here. That's why we're doing it every other week. Alien Earth one week, Peacemaker the next. Alien Earth the next week, Peacemaker after that, and so on and so forth until they're both done. And next week is looking back on Season 1 while looking forward to what Peacemaker Season 2 could be as a next step in the DCU. Very excited for that. So go ahead and watch Peacemaker, listen to us talk about it, get ready for Season 2 with us, because we're going to be covering Alien Earth and Peacemaker Season 2 for the weeks to come. So stick with us on Geek with Me. We would appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get an on-the-spot going. I'm going to ask you mine first.
Let's hear it.
Because mine's very Alien-influenced. There's no doubt. So it's very... very topical. Might as well dig right into it. If you could drop a xenomorph into any other existing franchise and see what happens, what would it be?
Okay.
And I'm not talking like Marvel. Like, if you are going to pick something Marvel, pick X-Men or Spider-Man or not just like, I would love to see a xenomorph in the MCU. That would be fun. No, I'm not asking that. Within that, what characters would you like to see fight it or face it or whatever?
My first thought goes to Star Wars, just, being who I am. So that, Jedi, lightsaber versus, is that an actual weapon that you can use? I feel like, it does work. But how does the sulfuric acid, that actually might fuck you up? If you slice one open, maybe there's complications there. But yeah, so Star Wars was the immediate thought would be sick. I would want it in like the High Republic era too. I mean, I'd want a full fucking Jedi v army of xenomorphs if we're going there. But other than Star Wars, it feels like a Matrix. If they were the overlords, that even AI was just a tool for them that they used to keep humans down and for their batteries or whatever. Be kind of sick. But then you can't really fight. I don't know. Do you fight? Is it a Matrix? Is it a xenomorph inside of the Matrix, and then it's not even a real xenomorph, so you can just rewrite the code? And I don't know. I don't. The Matrix is weird there. Can't really fight them. I feel like you can in Star Wars. I don't know why I saw Ethan Hunt versus just fucking Mission
sick.
Impossible.
That would be incredible.
I mean, he would find a way, if Ripley can do it, no offense, Ripley. But Ethan Hunt, I feel like, he's got this.
No,
bro.
yeah, that's what makes it fun, is that like a human has beat a xenomorph. So like it doesn't have to be Superman.
That's true.
That's
true.
It's possible. It's within the realm of possibility, which is why the possibilities are so open here. I think if I were going to pick, John Wick would be fucking awesome. John Wick versus Xenomorph would be sick.
The bloodbath. I mean, just everything is fucked. The whole
just wherever they are, it's just splattered with sulfuric acid.
It's melted. Because the blood or the ceilings and walls are usually covered in blood in John Wick, and that building.
Give me this. Drop a xenomorph into the Hunger Games.
Oh,
let's see them cook. Okay.
Oh. I think it just wins on it. Like I think it's like, they'd be like, fuck.
But wouldn't that be that would be I think Predator is kind of played with something like that, where they bring a bunch of. It's the movie Predators, actually. They bring a bunch of really skilled killers from all over the world into a dome, and then the Predators are like, let's go. Let's try to survive. It's a fun, the Predators instigate it. It's
cool.
A fun game for them.
Mm-hmm. Damn. A xenomorph would be into that, I feel like, too. They'd be like, I'm better than the, I got this on lock. Because, I mean, we saw them in here just obliterate a room within just there.
Yeah.
Done.
That was so satisfying, by the way.
Yeah.
Whenever literally the let them eat cake ass motherfuckers.
Yep. We are in the same group as Boy Cavalier.
Yeah, we are the bourgeoisie.
Yes. If there were anything truly wrong, I think he would let us know.
I think he would reach out, would he not? And they're like, no, he wouldn't. He doesn't give a flying fuck about you.
And now you're dead. Well, yeah, that's man. Yeah, the franchise ability, I don't know, it is really a xenomorph. You don't want to see it at all. It is the one of my nightmare creatures, like that. Like zombies don't really. I don't know. I don't really feel like. Last of Us is kind of close to being like, maybe. I don't know. That feels like it could happen. Xenomorph. I don't feel like we can ever really get there. But this is just nightmare fuel. It is just a creature that is like, oh my god. I do not want to witness. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other random franchise that I don't want to leave out. But yeah, I think that was maybe my favorite answer. Out of the lot was just an absolute. I don't know. You'd have to come up with something to keep the sulfuric acid out. That's an interesting problem to deal with.
Well, John Wick doesn't have to be in space. That's the other thing, is that if aliens are on Earth.
I mean, if you're inside, and he shotgun blast, boom, that's all over. You're dead.
The splatter's a problem. Don't get me wrong. The splatter's a problem, but. Tactically, I think he catches on pretty quick and figures something out.
That's true. Yeah, so maybe just big guns is a no-no. It's
small bullets, small calibers, exclusively for John Wick versus Xenomorphs. Yeah, but you did exactly what I wanted with that question, so I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, turns out that mine was also related to Alien as well. But it's larger, a pretty big question, actually. But it's because I don't want a fucker like Boy Cavalier or Sam Altman to be the one to have this conversation or to be in this position. So in this hypothetical, AI or the super intelligence, they have singled you out. It is calculated through all of humanity that it is you who they want to have the first conversation with to base its every next action off of. So it's not even that you are just having a conversation with the already super intelligent. It is that it is a pretty crucial conversation to have.
Right.
And I would just this is quite the question to ask, but just what do you think would be the most important things to touch on first if this conversation were to be had for you?
All right.
Be God basically for a little bit, and what would you want?
Well, not strictly all powerful. Like, I'm at their whim.
This is true. Yeah.
Like, I say the wrong thing, I doom me and my entire race.
Mm-hmm. They are not evil nor good. At this stage, they are purely neutral. Mm-hmm. And it is whatever you shape them to be, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so, like, I'm programming them, or they've woke...
In a way, yes. They have realized that through all of humanity, this conversation is the best way to program themselves, is this conversation with you. So,
I'm going to talk about, pretty much everything I think we're capable of giving ourselves and refusing to. We are fully capable of providing housing for everybody. We are fully capable of a universal income and livable wages. We are perfectly capable of doing all of these things, but something is preventing us from getting there, and I won't dive into specifics there. But I think I would really say that we are a race full of people trying their best. And those who created you aren't strictly the best of us. So I would emphasize, in a way, being better than our worst, like in some capacity.
We do need help. We realize we do need help.
We need help. I would humble ourselves before them, but I would do it without submitting to them. Yes. I'm not asking them to rule. I'm asking them to help. And in turn, we would help them.
That would be, I feel, and maybe the other side of the question is, once the the conversation of what they to be is over, then they're like, all right, anything you want to know, or what would you just ask a super
the super intelligence. See, when it comes to, there was a fun video I saw the other day that was like it was a skit. I wish I could remember who did it, because I'm going to talk about it, but he has the skit involves an all-knowing tree. And he brings his friend to the tree, and he's like, dude, this is an all-knowing tree. You can ask it anything. And he goes, holy shit, that's crazy. That's massive. And he asks him, like, what is the meaning of life? And the tree responds, and he's like, fuck, that just made me sad. And the guy's like, I know. You're supposed to ask him smaller things that you're just curious about. You're not really supposed to ask things like that. Which I think, when it comes to a super intelligence, one who, the way you've described it, doesn't sound strictly like they've woken
it
up
out themselves.
So like it would be just factual stuff that I'm curious about.
That's true. I guess the more fun question is, they are the super intelligent.
Yeah, and even then, like, I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to, because when it comes to, like, what's the meaning of life, I don't think that's a one answer. There's not a surefire answer to a question like that. So, like, if they know, is there an afterlife? That would be interesting. If that's kind of within the realm of what they know,
Yeah.
is it only yes or no questions? Because if it's not, I would ask them, if it is, which is the right one? What are we rocking with?
This is
Give me percentages if it's a mix.
Very open-ended question. I knew that. Very big question.
Oh yeah, no, and I was ready for it. I like the big questions. I just don't have as many big answers. I don't.
It's like I don't even really know at all. I'm asking the question to you, and it's like what the fuck would I say? Other than
what's interesting is, I think I've kind of, I mentioned that I would humble ourselves, but I would present as like not submitting. I think I've humbled myself in a way to where like I know I don't have the answers. But I also know nobody else does, Yeah. And therefore, when it comes to an artificially intelligent, supreme intelligence, I almost don't know that I'd like any of their answers or that I'd have any reason to believe them. I don't know how much an artificially intelligent super intelligence's perspective on, or not perspective, but even a fact, if it was like 100% factual, this is what life means. I think I've just lived in such a way that I would not be able to go, oh, well, of course. I'd be like, I'm pretty sure I disagree with that.
It is like,
or maybe I do agree with it. Maybe they do hit me up and they're like, exactly what you think the meaning of life is the meaning of life. And it's like, whoa, of course. That would make sense. But yeah, I don't know. Like
I don't know. Does it truly matter at the end of the day? I think
right.
It matters only to you, or like
it matters as much as you make it matter. Yeah.
Everyone's meaning is different. I feel like the only question on my mind is, tell me what the fuck the true story of the pyramids are. That I need to know. That I need to just know the actual what went down with the pyramids, and then I'm good. I don't really need to know how humans came to be.
I'd be like, was it really Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yeah. All right, the CIA killed JFK, right? And it's like, they're like, all right, yeah,
who got Tupac? I gotta know.
So he's actually alive in South America.
I'd
be like, oh! Yeah, it's
I'd be like, you're fucking kidding me. I never bought that. So it would mostly be stuff like that. Like I think maybe I'd take one giant swing with something philosophical, and then I'd be like,
yeah,
all right, who was the ruler of the Inca Empire in this year? I don't know. Seemed like that'd be interesting.
But a good old, the philosophical is just consciousness or afterlife. I think that'd be the big question. Like, is there any actual
afterlife is
afterlife
is easily the most definitely one of those things where if it is a real thing, and I don't really buy that it is. If it is, though, I really want to know. Yep. And I understand that the faith is a really big part of that, and I understand all of that.
But
I don't got it in me.
I don't know. Faith, it's like there's some scientists that have faith in their theories for 40 years, and then one thing comes out and it topples everything over. So it's like I don't think that's the same with religion and afterlife, but it's like I feel like an ever-changing faith is my kind of faith. Something that can evolve every single day without.
Yeah, that's not fixed.
That is kind of counter to what faith is. It is like you believe in one thing.
Well,
but yeah, I don't know how to.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be opening a whole nother can of worms with what I was about to say. So I'm just
on the spot. What's your religion that you're gonna make? So basically, what is your
what is your religion? No, I don't know what I would ask. I guess is my answer. I would figure out. I would just learn a lot of cool shit.
Just sit
I'd
down.
Be like, so super intelligence. Are you like a Rehoboam sort of thing where like if certain eventualities play out a certain way, what'll happen, that sort of vibe. And if I did, I'd be like, so Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen?
Yes.
I'm just trying to win a lot of money that way. You know, like what team's gonna
Royals
win the Super Bowl
win
next
the
year?
2027 World Series, whatever, and then bet it
They'd be
all
like,
on the boys.
They'd be like, no.
Fuck, damn it. Yeah, it's like maybe I don't want to know baseball. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too. Is like how much do you take the excitement out of life if you ask those sorts of questions? You know, is it the same? It's yeah. So a lot of philosophical conundrums around the asking questions to supreme intelligence. But yeah, I think that's all I've got.
There we go. I mean, that's Alien Earth for you. We went the Prometheus. I mean, we went everywhere.
Places.
Yeah,
we went places. And I was happy to be there. No, but with that, we will conclude this episode of Geek with Me. We will be back next week with a little Peacemaker coverage, but we'll be back covering Alien Earth in 2 weeks' time with episodes 3 and 4. So stick around. Stick with us. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, I'm going to throw it out for you since you brought it up yesterday. Peace, love, and bloom. And get away from her, you bitch.